looking to see if the post is active again. I don't know why it does that. Media, is it not? I'm totally not seeing it. I don't like it when it does that. So that is frustration. Okay, it's okay. All good. We're going to put it here too because I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't know why it's not just sharing this stuff. But here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, I'll just do it like this every day. Boom. Oh, I should have done that. And let's copy here. And hey, great day, Glenn. All right, one of two ways people can get there. There we go. Pin. Pin. There we go. There we go. All right, so now it's working. So we got the bear and the bull cycle. You guys can't really see it, but you see bull and bear cycles of the market. Is this the panic scenario that we need to be worried about? You know, right? We don't really need to worry because overall, the market is bullish. If we go to seasonality of a year, right? Seasonality of one, no, yes, let's see. Do I have that here? Let's put advancing, declining for stock market 1 year. Let's see if it gives me the chart that I want to show you. It does not. So basically what I'm trying to say is February and September are the down months. Other than that, we are up. So if you were to just step away for the next 2 weeks, which it does tend to go down the second half of February. So in general, this is completely normal. Completely normal to see that it's going to pull back the second 2 weeks of, let's even maybe go here, equityclock.com, equityclock.com. And if we go to annoyances, indexes, broader market, and we go to page 3, if we look at this and we look at the average return, February and September on average are down months. That means 2 out of 10 or roughly 20% are down months. So you just say, you know what, we're right about here. Let me just step aside for the next 2 weeks, enjoy the last 2 weeks of February, go on vacation. Great day, Will. And hey, come back in March and looks like everything will be okay, right? So these in general, the last 2 weeks to maybe middle of March, even take a month off. Great, you take a month off, you come back 10th of March, awesome, get back in, right? So be aware that there's a lot of fear that's portrayed and it's not necessarily anything that you should really be super worried about. Today, I know that Will is in the school group, right? Did you see the post I did today, Will? I did do a post out today about the market manipulation on metals. And what's going on with metals? Well, they are 100% manipulating it. And in my opinion, it has to do with China and Shanghai in specific and the Chinese New Year. If you want to check it out, you want to join the school, get my little posts there. I do blog posts over there, little short snippets of information for you guys to check out. Come and join it. It costs nothing to join there. If you want to get my midday stream on Fridays about potential swing trades going into the next week, come and join me 12 o'clock on Fridays for the base, not the standard, but the next level up. All right, what do we have going on today? for announcements, well, we have mortgage delinquencies that is at 4.2%. That was, they were supposed to report it yesterday, then they put it on today, then they actually reported it yesterday. So 4.26%. Yes, that's right. So metals could get wild and crazy over the next 2 weeks because shorts are gonna be having a hard time. We'll just call it that. All right, fear and greed for today, 35 right there, 35. Let's look at crypto. Okay, it was interrupted. Crypto is still at 8. Bon, 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 everybody. I'm missing my music. Hey, hey, ain't it great to be? Boom, boom. We are a music house, and something is, like, everything is just a little bit slow today. Let's play this one. See if it wants to play for me. Oh, might have to turn it down because I was live streaming. Hey, hey, what's going on? Hey, hey. Bum, bum. All right. Sunniness on the horizon. All right, let's look at our biggies. We got Nvda down today, Tessie down, Apple down, gold is up. Mentioned watch crypto. We have Rivn advancing. We have SMR advancing, but that's not what I wanted to look at today. Today. Coin is advancing. Hood is advancing. Coin and I'm going to guess MicroStrategy as well. Oh yeah, MicroStrategy. We are still below that bigger money, but definitely watching. Also SLV, PSLV. Let's look at GLD, GDX. I'm going to leave AG there. GDX as well. I think it's going to be a face ripper on the metals today, personally, but we shall see what happens. That's just my thought. Because what is going on here? I put these over here in the wrong spot. 693. Oh, look at that. 681, 27, 664. Did I do that right? Okay. Yeah, these, I don't know what happened here. Did I do that yesterday? And you guys didn't tell me. Limit, halt, close. That's if it hits that level, it closes. 1, 2, 26, and this is 10, 1, 25. All right, decliners. We got pins. Melty, melty. Somebody turned on the defrost for pins and Intel. PLTR. Let's do pins and PLTR. Especially after Michael Burry was talking about PLTR. Yep. Pins had earnings. Let's see if they fix this. It was an annoyance yesterday. Is it fixed today? Nope. I need to get in touch with them. You know, it's just one more thing that I don't really want to have to do. 15.25. All right, let me post out what we're talking about today. It's kind of annoying that that post thing is not working. I don't know what they did, but I don't know how it's, what was I going to say? SLV, PSLV, AG, GLD, GDX, Nvda, Tesla, Apple, pins. Any other stocks, cryptos you'd like to see? Put it in the chat. PLTR. And we just had, if you guys are into, oh, let's also put AG on there. If you all are into astrology at all, we also had something that just closed up called Lionsgate. Lionsgate 2 times a year. When is Lionsgate? There's 2 times a year Lionsgate portals. It's August, but also in February. So if you look at it that way, it's every 6 months, right? So 8/8, but also February. So when you start to look at the volatility of the market, if you go, oh, okay, February 8th was the peak, well, that was pretty much over the weekend, and that was pretty much almost the peak, right? We've had this bigger money level at 693.86 that came into play the 13th of January, and they really were in an upward channel overall. Maybe it's going to extend back down here to 672. Big money is above us right now, 692.12. Let's look at the Qs. Did they adjust it? Nope, 626.19. Russell segment. All right, Bitcoin, 69,291.63. Look at that. It's a 6 and a 9, all that good stuff. Let's put it on a 15-minute chart. Just kidding, that's a 5. Let's put it on a 15. Where's our big money on the pre-market? 66, it is below us. 66, 487.22. Let's look at Ethereum. Twitch chat might not be working. You think it's not working? No, I see you there. You know what? Patrick, I did not have my chat. I've got like a multi-chat. It was hidden behind another window. So thanks for that heads up. I appreciate that. It's that it was in the wrong spot, right? So I just wasn't seeing it. A lot of multitasking. I got to do a flow to make sure that I see all the chats because I only see the YouTube here, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, and then I'm not even seeing anything on Twitter because it's frustrating me. I don't know. It's all right. Is what it is. All right, Ethereum big money point of control today, 195818. There's more important things to spend my energy on than worrying about a chat not working on a platform. 1.3678. I'm live on 2 others, so if you all ever have any issue, I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick. I have to re-establish, and TikTok. They've gone to their own sort of streaming platform, so they don't have the API anymore, which is frustrating. I really liked it. And what also happened was they kind of, you know what I could do? I wonder, I could set this up. Should I go? You know what? I'm going to go live. Let's do it this way. All right. Bear with me. I got this holder. Is this going to be in the way? So I'm doing something new. Let's see if I can put this here. It's not going to be in the way. Trying to put a water bottle on a battery is not good, is it? Okay, let's do like this. Let's see. Multi-platform streaming. Bear with me, guys. Just had this idea today. Change. All right, maybe if I do it sideways. What do you guys think? Sideways. What do you think is better on, let's go TikTok Studio. No, let's go this way. All right, I'm real live back end edit. Just kidding. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's go live. All right. I do it like this. Oh yeah, it doesn't really want to hold it that well because of my case. There we go. Okay. Let's see, settings. Bear with me. This is kind of fun. So, about me. No. Practice mode. No. Okay, let's just go. Let's do, oh, here's where I can edit. Maybe I can edit there. Stock watch list. Live. How about that? Not love, live. Done. Let's go live. Boom. All right, now we're live. There you go. Okay, so I'm also live on TikTok. Now we're on 3 platforms. Yeah. Do you share the Excel doc anywhere as a file? Could I in the classroom? I can share you know what, I'm going to do the swing trades, but my day trades I don't. Maybe that's a thought. William, I used to do it as a watch list in emails. So maybe that is an add-on, right? Because I'm doing it for free here, but all right. There we go. That's better. That it is something, yeah, I don't know. Considering it. We'll put it that way. All right. XLM, big money level, 0.155575. Let's go to Doge over here. So Doge, big money up here, 13,969. Intraday price level is going to be at 0.09388. Let's see, do I have anybody live so far? Nobody live. It's still fun. All right. Let's go to Solana. 87.45, 77.98 for Solana big money level. Zcash, 242.59. I'm looking to see if this is going to drop down in the 160 level as I was told, and then that could be a bigger move. This could be wild and crazy into the end of the month. I think that the 17th, the Chinese New Year, is going to prove to be quite volatile for the market. So when is the Chinese New Year? That is the 17th. We've got Saturday is the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th would be Tuesday. So I think that we are going to see Tuesday be a wild and crazy day. Let's see what announcements we also have for Tuesday of next week. Tuesday, weekly employment change, Empire Manufacturing. Wednesday, FOMC meeting minutes, 3 weeks after the meetings. So February is the 1 month. Also, let's come back to Federal Reserve meeting calendar. When we look at this, September we have a meeting, but we don't have one in August. So maybe that's the reason why September ends up being a month. February, we don't have a meeting. Do you see that? It's pixelation. I wonder if there's an issue with my graphics card. Okay. Boom. All right. Those are the crypto areas to watch for today. Right now, pretty much bearish on everything because our big money is above us. Let's look at the stock space. What do you guys want? Indexes first, or would you like stocks? Let's go to Ibit. Let's look at Ibit. You gotta grow, right? Always gotta grow. So Ibit, I have this on since January. Ibit level is 49.84. Sometimes some people don't like change. I enjoy change. All right, let's see how many shares are in Ibit. How many shares in the float? 1.3 billion. That's a pretty large float right there. I should say silver is 538 million. Right, let's come back over here. So bigger money is right there. How about the day trade? What's our day trade levels going to be? What are you all looking at? What are you all trading or anticipating to trade? Just kidding. Where is that? Oh, there we go. 38.80 and 36.99. All right, pretty small range today. 37.80 right here. We got these two levels to watch. And 38.40 right there. All right, 37.80, 38.40. Let's look at our short volumes. Yes, I am using short volume instead of short volumes. Let's check and see if they've updated. I also wanted to check this out. So this is the February 14th. Why social media bans won't work. Somebody's staring at this with crazy eyes. Epstein's web, we analyzed 1.4 emails. Have you ever thought that maybe the Epstein recurring, bringing it out, suppressing it, pushing it out, suppressing it, pushing it out, suppressing it, could that be blackmail? Are they trying to get money from someone? Right? Why? Dangerous dollar. This actually looks like the dollar moving up. So that I didn't see that before last week. What happened to the dollar this week, right? Why didn't I see that signal? I forgot to look at it. But what happened this week? This week, Sunday, dollar up. If we go to dxycapital.com right here, we can see that we have some bigger money that came in as of January. Where is it? 96,611. All right, that has flipped, right? That if we stay above this and we head up here to 97.41, then we might see that the commodities drop. So it would be buy the dollar, sell the commodities. If this drops below, if the dollar is no longer tanking, they're no longer crashing it. However, we do have the moving averages above us. So it is still in a downward trend. If we look at it on, let's look at it on a 3-day. Let's turn this down so I don't have to yell. That would be amazing. We can see we're still, I'd say 96.28 is really where, if we go above 96.82, inverted those numbers. Hey, a little dyslexia there. I caught myself. 96.82, that this could end up moving higher. But we do have all of the past quarters above us. That doesn't look very bullish to me. Let's go to UUP as well. Let's put one on from, all right, do I have an October 1st? I don't think that I do. All right, October 1st, they sold up here. So annoying that I have to do this every time I put one on. Would really like to talk to them about that. All right, UUP right there. NUI. All right, we'll check it out. So overall, even here on UUP, the bullish index fund, everything is below us. Above us on UUP. So they're selling UUP as far as I can see, unless we have a close up above 27. That's the area to watch. Above 27 means to me that they are going to move the dollar up and they are going to crash the commodities. So let's put on a little alert, add an alert, UUP, crossing up. This one right here, New Era Energy. Are you looking long or short? This one is super low float. That's going to be a bit of a volatile one. It frustrates me that this happens. Usually when you set it to a parameter and you set that up, you know what? Let's do this right now. Let's do, what is that one called? Anchored volume. It's a day trade. All right, perfect. Anchored volume. Next. Okay, let me start a ticket. It's bugging me. No time like the present. Help center. Get started. Support requests. Support requests. Let's see. Can I start my own ticket? What's new? Trading alerts. Knowledge base. Anchored volume profile. Thinking Sorry guys. I'm into like fix stuff today. Can you tell? All right, let's come back. So with this one, I would say above 477. Big money's at 458. So I would go below 449 or above 476. All right, AAVP. Yes, yes. Defaults status query. It's not letting me. Related articles. Type your query. All right, I'm going to have to do a ticket later. It's not letting me do it very easily. All right, let's go to Rivn. Rivn had earnings. I'm going to put on another annoying volume profile. 2 seconds of frustration. And we're going to change that. Shouldn't have to do that every single time. All right, bullish on the name. I'm saying it, bullish on the name. 17 right here. All right, for the volume point of control. So what are we looking at? Well, they had bigger money by, I don't know, in the States, I know they're not pushing the green agenda as much, but in Canada, they still are. And I've just started seeing Rivian trucks. I'm not sure that they are available in Quebec because of French language laws. Also, let's go to short volumes. We didn't do this. Ibit, 32.5%. Let's call it 33. Anything greater than 5, we'll round it like the penny. 58.6, we're going to call that 59. Good short squeeze coming on Rivn, likely with that 59% short. For 50% short for Coinbase, let's talk about MicroStrategy. 35% people were buying long as they crashed it. Let's go to USO. 65%. Let's go to GLD. My guess is, yeah, they were shorting GLD. Likely a squeeze into the move here. PSLV, 21%. Oh, hey, I said 21. Not 2. Typing technical difficulties with my fingers. They don't want to correspond with my mind at the moment. All right, 29%. We'll call that 30. And GDX. All right, 54.9, 55% on GDX over there. All right, you saw my levels, fish and deer? I know it's you. All right, so we've got Rivn right there, 17.8. Let's go to Coinbase. Coinbase rebounding much like Bitcoin. Also had earnings. I don't really care what the earnings has to say or anything like that. For day trades, I'm looking at fundamentals, right? I mean, I'm not looking at fundamentals. I'm looking at technicals. That was a total farce, what I just said. You make doll hair today. All right, 142.34 from earnings. Big money level for today. 220 million in the float. Let's look at the big money levels. All right, potential long above 156 here, or a potential short below 147.50. There we go. So I see for Coinbase 156. All right, and that was in earnings as well. So we probably are going to see the sympathetic trade with MicroStrategy and also not SMCI, but many times I also see that Tesla does tend to move with Bitcoin a bit, just a bit. 127.60 up here for a potential long. Big money's at 124.99. Let's go below 123.60, 123.50 here for a potential short trade on MicroStrategy. And 127.60, big money at 267 million. Right now, the bigger money is located at 135.01, so they have sold. SLV, let's see. SLV over here. All right. SLV. Bigger money is still at 69.69. They're playing around with that big money level. You know they are. All right, let's put it up above 73. We've got this downward trend breakout that could happen. We've been testing the 33 exponential right here. We have this. We got to go below the 69.69. So 68.49 and 73. For silver, daily point of control, 69.69. That has not changed. All right, let's also look at BABA for Glenn here. All right, BABA, Glenn, are we talking day trade, swing trade? What kind of trade are you talking on BABA? You want to get in long term? We've got earnings coming up, so I would be a caution on that. I would wait usually until after earnings if you're considering a swing, in my opinion. And just a reminder, this is all my opinion. Bigger money is, yeah, this is looking kind of negative to me, right? How many quarters do we have? We had a double top. Maybe it's going to come back down to 145 on earnings or lower. Maybe it's going to come all the way down here to 137. So I'm looking at the bigger picture. Maybe it's going to come back down here, 134, or this level, 132. We have the bigger money above us except for 132. So I personally would wait. We had this upward boom, double, like setting a lower high, right? Lower high resistance. If we are able to bounce, maybe we do have the 161 curling up, but if we turn on the moving averages, oh, we're below the 90. Many times it'll hit the 90 right there. So maybe it's going to bounce back up, hit the 33 and the 90, 162, and then sell off. All right. I'm just reading what it had to say on TikTok over there, my posting thing. All right, let's go to Nvda. Nvda, we are still unable to break out. Positive news, we are above all of the bigger money levels, 184.78 here. But until Nvda can break outside of this 6-month consolidation box, which is basically, it goes all the way down from 170 to 195, so 25 points. So really, until we can get outside of this zone, I'm saying it's going to go nowhere quickly. And the Qs could hit new highs, but when we see that this actually makes a major move, that's when we're going to see the biggest move in the market with 8% of the Qs, and I forget how much of the SPY. So keep that in mind, that we would likely be waiting for that. Well, I'm waiting for that, just because I don't want to go directional if it's not going anywhere. 186.80 for a short and 188 for a long, potentially 23.3 billion in the float there. Let's go to Tsla. Hate being on the sideline. I know, but you know, really, cash is a position. Silver is a position. Physical metals is a position. That to me is the safest hedge position. Why? Because if they crash the dollar, you got something to use. And how many states have said that they are going to use gold and silver as a form of payment? Why? Why, right? U.S. states that accept gold and silver as payments. What states recognize it as legal tender? Utah, Oklahoma, Texas, Wyoming, Arkansas, Missouri. Well, only if it's in cash, right? So, okay, here's it. Legal, not legal. I thought that Florida legalized it. I thought that he passed that. Interesting. Oklahoma, Utah, Wyoming. Not yet. Exempts sales on tax gold and platinum over $500 and U.S. minted legal tender. Florida has no state level capital gains tax on precious metals and does not. I thought that they changed that. Hold on. Florida recognizes gold and silver as legal. We'll just put that. Florida passes it. Yeah, they passed it. So that other website is wrong. How will it work? Florida, the first major U.S. state to recognize gold and silver as legal tender. It's not the first, though. We just saw. Said the bill would allow money service businesses like PayPal and check cashers to transmit and accept payments in precious metals. Whoop, whoop. When you start to see states doing that, there's one of two things. Wing stop. You got it. Let me get through the list here, and then we're going to go over here, and I'll put wing on as well. All right. Tsla, $419.50 and $412.99. $412.99, $419.50, $2.39 billion. Big money is at $424.39. All right, so that's above us. Let's go to Apple. Apple, I posted out a 275 target. It hit, and now guess what? It pulled back. Where are my price levels? My horizontal lines. Thank you, thank you. Here we go, here we go. Look at that. Last time I had them on, it was down before that breakout. All right, we're hitting that 200 exponential. Let's do 264.60. Or, gotta stay below over here, 260.20. Nah, negative, 260. Let's do 260 and 264.60. 260. Bomb. 260, 264.60, 14.6 billion. Big money level from earnings. Hello, where are you? We don't have one. It didn't stick. It didn't stick. Minor annoyance of like 30 seconds of my day. 275.82. At least I know how to fix that. Let's just save that so that it sticks and doesn't disappear on me. Pins, sell off. Ooh, look, it was at 15.25. That was when I first started. Now it's at 14.60. So the bigger money has changed their position already since 8:15, 8:20. Looky there, looky there. All right, so pins, I need to go into these settings again. I don't want it to be white. I like it to have it. Nope, I like to have it dark green. Bright white is too much for me. Well, let's save this. Save as 2.12. Boom. Save. Yes, really. Okay. Alrighty, alrighty. There we go. 15.50 here. It's got a PLTR. All right. Come on over here. PLTR up above 131. Or below 126.50. $131. Ooh, what'd I do? All right, float is 2.18 billion. Daily point of control there. 135.45. There we go. Let's go to USO here. Mm, 77. If we put it here, actually 76.50 is going to give you 10 cents, 12 cents, 9 cents. 77.81 is going to give you 22 cents. Let's go 77.03. Got it. Yeah, I don't. 75.60 here for potential short. All right, so 75.60 and 77.03, 65% short there. Let's go to G. Let's check it out. I do believe so. NYSE holidays. Boom. Boom, boom. The stock Traders Almanac, that it tends to be bullish going into Tuesday and Wednesday and bearish on Thursday. So keep that in mind. I'm going to look at the bigger blocks and bigger money trades. Hey, great D. MSTR. MSTR's right here. Right here. MSTR. MSTR looks like they've sold big money above. We got Beef Entertainment on. Keith. Hey, hey. So right now, it looks like they are manipulating the crypto space, the dollar, and the metals. Big financial moves. When we come to, this was yesterday, and if you come, what was I doing? Yesterday, I did something interesting. I was playing around over here. Let's go back to home. And there was the market movers, I want to say, I did. And then I want to say, I looked at, no, that's not what I did yesterday. Where was it? There was a map. I was looking at a map on here. Watch list, stock screener, market movers, top analysts. There was one more. I don't remember where I was looking at it. Sectors, but I was looking at the overall advancing, declining. Maybe it was here. No. It was here. They also have a map, and I was looking at the sectors, and it was telling me, do you guys see sectors anywhere? Scream it out at me if you do. News, trending, market movers, sectors, home. Stockless analysts. I don't know where it is. Where was it? Well, I'll have to find it again. Any event, it was talking about basically onboard volume, and showing that financials were really selling off, as well as, what was the other one at the end? I don't remember. All right. So let's put this at 461.50 for gold, or below 453. Bigger range. To me, there's a lot of manipulation going on gold and silver. All right, let's look at PSLV. PSLV, bigger money since this is February. Ignore this level. I just took that off. All right, so we have the January level. Again, ignore this level. And ignore this level because that's not January. January 2nd. I need to put one on. Minor annoyance there. Boom. Okay, no problem. Settings. So right now, 26.47 is where that bigger money level is. This is one all the way back from October, right? This one right here, 25.25 here since January. So if we look at Moby, I'm going to look at the Moby charts as well later today at noon. You guys can join me on school.com/carpe-profit. And you're welcome to come in there, join me. There is a paid version if you want to join as a... Where's my post? Where's the post for today? I did a nice post there too. It's free to join. What's happening to gold, silver, copper, and platinum? Quite interesting. All right. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's look at this. 26.12 or below. 24.50. All right, let's go to AG. All right, AG over here. AG 22.50. 21.80. There you go, pretty easy, right? Where's the bigger money? We've got earnings coming up. The 19th of February, since last earnings, down at 16.94. I do see a bit of a downward wedge. I don't have downward wedge on there. All right, let's look at GDX, and then we're going to get into wings. Wings stoppy. GDX. I don't have my volume profiles on here. Hey, grab that green. Let's move it up. Bigger drop down. GDX is looking pretty strong, right? GDX dropped below. Gold and silver are looking a bit stronger to me, just in my personal opinion. We've got Camarillas, pivots right here, 180. Let's go to Wingstop. Wingstop. Who has gone to a Wingstop? Do you like Wingstop? This one, I'd have to back it out because we don't really have a lot of volume this morning. Big volume came into it at the end of day. So if we look at the past 2 trading days, the really big volume, this was bigger volume, and they sold at 243.59. If we just look over here, we can see bigger money sold at 239 overall. So if it does not reclaim the 239, this looks like it's going to want to head down further. Earnings is next week, Wednesday, pre-market. So keep that in mind. Where is that? Okay, let's go back to it. Is this it? Oh, no. Stock analysis, sectors. Yeah, but that's not it. It was a heat map. It was pretty cool. Maybe they were just playing around with it. Maybe it's only during live trading session that they show the heat map. I don't know. 1 month. Year to date. I like that year to date. So 1 year, so if we were to do like this, the biggest losers consumer this year, right? So far, consumer discretionary and financials are the losers for the year. Winners, energy, consumer staples, right? Things that money flows towards in a bearish sentiment of a market. I also think we're going to really see real estate up by the end of the year. That's what. June is going to be a big one, in my opinion, for real estate sector. Dow, we pulled back. However, we're just bouncing, it looks like. 495, 492.80, and 495.61. The only one I think that 489, yeah, that's not correct. That should be a green because that is below, and the other one should be a green as well. Some things are just a little wonky. 260, 259, 259, 262.01 because of the, oh, sorry, correction, 03. Because of that Camarilla. Camarilla's in the way. Don't mess with the Camarilla. All right, we're back down again. Big money has sold 626.19. Yep. And we are looking to see breakdown of 599, potential further drop, 602.20 here. 599, 602.20. And for the SPY, last but not least, the SPY. Anybody else have any other stocks or cryptos you'd like to check out? Put it in the chat. I will give you my opinion. Reminder, this is just my opinion. Do with it what you will. Seeing where that bigger money lies on the chart, like this one with the SPY. Look at all the selling above us. We gotta get above all these little headaches. 684 could be a little run up to 685.40, 684.02. Otherwise, this is actually looking kind of bearish to me. 680, 678.50 and 84.02. All right, let's check out Western Digital for Glenn. He wants to see as a swing. It does help when you guys put that in, so I know what you're looking at. I'm not sure what these. Oh, I just think I put red lines on. Let's put on a couple BOCs. There's one. Boom, right there. 182.37 and 270.13. So if I were to get in on this, do you also see this triangle? Down. And if it advances higher out of that zone, add 115 points, Glenn, from, we'll call it 288.50. So looking almost at 400 if it breaks to the upside, in my opinion. Let's see, MLEC. Looks like super low floaty. 517,000. Yeah. When you start to even get into a 30-second chart here, you can see where this bigger money is moving around. So right now it's at 1068. What do we have over here? We have a moves out above over here. 1296, which is, hey, look at where it sold, 1297. So if it breaks 13, yes, this has some legs. Next test would be roughly over here, 1475. Enjoyed the live stream. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you all on Tuesday, not on Monday. Packing up the house day. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Getting ready to list our house for sale. Such a fun time. Exciting, exciting. Don't just have a good day. Have a great day. Respect yourself. Respect your money. Be kind to yourself. Carpe